I ever done this video or not? If I have, I apologize if I repeat myself. So I worked in the furniture business years ago, and glad that part of my life is gone because I worked at Ashley Furniture, and then I worked for Premier Home Furniture, which is now Furniture Direct. So the owners of Ashley Furniture, I don't know if it's still owner or not, but they had a bright idea. Um, let's put a store up there in Jackson. So, and of course, Muscali said, "No, I mean, I don't like that idea. I mean, coming up on my territory." Well, they will say, "Well, then they get them out and went belly up. Well, then their store will become available." Well, okay. Scaly says, "Okay, since you come in my backyard, I'm gonna come up in your backyard." And so Scaly's come down here, open the store. That's a story I've heard on a couple occasions. So if it's real, if it ain't, makes for good drama, don't it? So so my son was looking for a TV stand for his apartment, this cottage I call it, not property cottage. So we went to Muscali's, and we looked around. Guy actually helped us out. Well, there wasn't anything there that struck a fan, but they helped us out, and so we appreciate the help. So I said, well, I worked at Ashley Furniture years ago. We'll go check them out. We made a complete loop in the store. This is a big ass store, I kid you not, there in Hasburg. And not once did somebody come ask for help. I don't know what, paying patty cake. We saved them this, but they didn't break the stride. Not once did they come. But there wasn't anything there to really suit us anyway. We just thought that they didn't come down and help us out. Um, so, so I said, well, got one more option for you, son. Let's find Furniture Direct, which, like I say, was originally, I mean, they bought the furniture. My store I worked at furniture, home furniture. So I know they're known for TV stands. So we went and we saw quite a few of them. Best selection I've seen of the three stores we went to. And so he picked up the one he wanted. I paid for it, and it left his house. That broke their neck to help us out. Helpful. They was in the team spirit. I think some of us had a game going on that weekend. They was decked out. That was the difference between the three stores. The warehouse you work at Ashley Furniture, it's no longer it's gone. It's not gone. They done left it, which I'm glad. I hated that place for many reasons. Um, but I learned a lot from the furniture business. I know what's real, what ain't. Um, Now, the Sofa in Love, the accident chair, it's made here in North Mississippi. Um, they come very variety of stuff as well. Um, but the dining set, living room set, for the coffee tables, bedroom sets, all made across the pond. So part of my job was, if I went down the road, was prepping furniture, put it in place, so the guys can load it on the truck. That was my primary job. I mean, where it be putting together table chairs, um, make sure the no scratch, no blankets. So on two or three occasions, I actually saw a child footprint on the cardboard. That hit like, okay, child labor, I see. Because it's made in Malaysia, Vietnam, and other places across the pond. And it's cheap furniture. The only thing I saw real out of the furniture that I saw was the Millenniums. I don't know if they still got the Millennium. It's been like 8, 9, 10 years ago. Millennium had bumper top dressers and chests and nightstand. That's the only thing I saw real of that particular things. The post bed is made out of molded styrofoam. Yeah, molded styrofoam. And so I had a chance to go out on delivery quite a few times, and I hated it. I didn't like it. There were places that if I'm dying, you better drag me way off the property or somewhere trashy. I mean, I ain't the cleanest person around, and I have my faults. But if I'm bringing furniture and put it in your house, make sure it's presentable to us guys putting together furniture. I've seen deals go down there in Beaumont years ago. First time I've actually ever come across the smell of marijuana was at a duplex there in Hasburg. They're behind Lowe's, and it's like a ton of bricks. Guy had a gun on the bar I said, okay, we're gonna get in and get out. That was the first time, and how anybody spoke that shit, beyond me. It's nasty. I've been out late at night where people was in their pajamas watching a scary movie. Their directions were screwy. Met some fine folks along the way. Some folks, so delivered to a house, probably the same complex my son lives at now. This girl about big as my pinky, maybe pinky and his finger here. So she was upstairs, and she wanted a king bed. I think it was king or queen, maybe in king. And so, like, here's the dresser here, and here's the footboard. There wasn't much room to sneeze at between those things there. And, well, first off, she opened the door, and she wearing like a shirt, like, I can't even tell, but she wearing like a shirt, real long shirt. First imagine, I said, I hope she's wearing underwear. That was just my first guess, because you don't know where you'll come across in these businesses, in these homes. And we was carrying on conversation and said, well, she sat down beside and said, wearing shorts. I said, thank goodness. That's a college kid. That would be not a good thing. But anyway, so I said, sweetie, you ain't got much room between your dresser and your, from your bed. So I do had her across the bed. I said, okay. And I said, yeah. I said, you're kind of tiny. I said, yeah, skinny. I said, I have to walk sideways in the wind. That's crazy. One time we lived at a house, and it was so nasty. We had to put the sofa, the bedroom set on the front porch. Another occasion, it was a reclining sofa love and a wedge. This is an old house there near downtown Hasburg. I don't remember what they were about, but anyway, so I told my guy, I said, this ain't fitting into the house like it is. Oh yeah, it fit. No, ain't gonna fit. So I told the ma'am, I said, ma'am, what you got now ain't gonna fit together. Um, so so we put the wedge here, the love there, and it's over here because people don't realize this. It's so much bigger in the store. I heard that. Hey, it looks so much smaller in the store. Of course you did, because it's in a big old place. You got no walls. Um, One time we had a section to a house, and they were 3-piece sections. That's what we love. And they had to take the wedge back because it didn't measure the room right. The other thing that I've come across, especially these apartments, I asked them, "How you want it set up?" 'Cause everybody's different. Everybody's different. So, I really don't know. I said, well, the kind of thing is you put your headboard in the center of your wall. Okay. So you got a small room. Well, then you're gonna put maybe your dresser here, or your sofa, your chest there, and it's just mind-boggling. Like, I don't know. I've never done, and I hate it upstairs. I hate it upstairs. Let me tell you, I hate it upstairs. I don't like apartments. They can go fly a kite. Um, just don't like them. And only one, I think two in Hattiesburg that had elevators at the time. That was a blessing. Um, I said, and I was fussing the customer. Said, "Man, good. You should have got first floor." Well, that's the only thing available. I said, "Oh Lord." So that was interesting. Um, um, so we was in Memphis, of all places, and it was another, and it dude went well, and the person said, "Oh, too much furniture." Yeah, you did probably. Well, I was riding, guy driving ain't got a lick of sense. The guy didn't even know who Barry Bryant was, but he's a Bama fan. Figured that out. Didn't know Tuscaloosa was that. Figured that out. So he was driving. Well, it was a narrow alleyway, and he ripped the back. He tore the back off. Well, he just ripped it, sardine can. So I had to bring the sucker back to. So that was interesting, for sure. Um, Story. I've been places where dog food was scattered all over the house. Um, that was interesting. That was all right. So this story here is about we have a couple. It was a lesbian couple, and they're getting, I don't remember what it was. Don't pertain, but don't matter. Maybe bedroom set. Well, anyway, had an air mattress, and walked in the door, and they just did it. Or recently did it. It was the person that let us in. I guess the landlord had to put one of those tree things, smell things, on the light like this right here, so we could actually do our job. It was that bad. So that was interesting. Internet experience. I'm going on almost 15 minutes talking about furniture. Um, but it's interesting. I mean, you learn a lot. Um, um, I worked for John Perrell Furnishing, and before that I worked for Ash Furniture. Um, Matter of fact, my cousin got me on Ashley Furniture when I worked there, and then he left me high and dry. But that's a whole nother story. Um, but when you just rule of thumb, you look for furniture. Uh, be careful what you get. If they're gonna get furniture, get somebody that's local, somebody that local built places, where you're getting the real deal. My parents got a bed they got from Tennessee. That's real shit, not no imitated shit. Um, the cheaper furniture you get, more you're gonna be like, well, I mean, you're gonna wish you ain't bought this and that. So it's probably a long video I ever did, but that's about furniture business. Um, so, um, like I said, it was a job, paycheck. Um, and I see them all around town. Skelly's, Ashley Furniture, I think occasionally. Of course, your local companies as well. So everybody got it, still selling furniture, and people still buying them. Um, if I got an old mattress on my bed in the other room, it's hard as rock, but I got a topper on top of it. Our three-piece sectional I bought from Premier Home Furniture. Still holding up. We had to patch it a few times, but still going strong. Probably the most fancier set that I've seen was a black electric, which I don't ever want to buy electric. Anyway, it was a black electrical back sectional. Well, one of the pieces had like an iPad type thing here, and it would heat you up, vibrate the hell out of you in the process, then it'd cool your drink off. That was fancy. Like I say, I don't go furniture shopping, so I really ain't seen what they got now. I mean, I just that trip me and my son bent, so try to stay out of furniture business as much as possible. And I've seen my neighbor who's doing in the furniture business. He rebuilt, he uphold his furniture. Had an old recliner, had a phone in the armrest. That was cool. So anyway, furniture business, like I said, I don't miss it, and like I said, going on 18 minutes now. So it is something indeed. Like, buyer beware. If it's cheap, it's cheap shit. If it's expensive, still gonna be expensive, cheap shit. So it may look, but also rule of thumb: measure your room. We've had occasions where it was an upstairs apartment, and it was a sectional, I think it was, and trying to get this thing in a room there. So, who designed these apartments need a head examined or ass shot or ass kicked. So, there's one apartment here. Here's the doorway here. You take one step, there's a wall right there. Other side of the wall is the dining table kitchen. You got a little space about yay big here. Okay. Well, you got to get that sucker in the door first off, and you got to lift it up, and you got to scoot it in place. It was a bitch. We had to take the stuff back because consumers don't know what the hell they're doing. It looks smaller in the store. Yeah, it did. That's what I care to count. So, if you're buying, rule of thumb for this video, you're buying furniture, no matter where it's at, okay? No matter where you at buying furniture, from these mom and pop stores to these big square box stores, measure shit, okay? Is it going to fit in my house? We've had are not. We've had to take doors off the hinges to get something in the door. That's how tight it's got, especially the older houses. Um, and it is not one size not all size fits all, furniture wise. Like I say, I'm not bashing furniture, any kind of furniture. I'm just saying what I've experienced in my times in the furniture business. It is get what you pay for. Um, anyway, longest favorite video here. I believe I'm just talking tonight. Thanks for watching. Later.